Welcome to Around the Old Town. Today with me is Darlene Lewis from the Abington Senior Center, and she's here to talk about our third annual craft fair. Darlene, thanks for coming on again. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yes, it seems like old times.
Yes, it seems like just yesterday you were here. Yeah. Would you please tell us what's going on with the craft fair and the senior center? And
our third annual Abington Community Craft Fair is Saturday the 27th. It's from 10 o'clock until 3 o'clock. We have lots of great vendors and crafters who are coming. And last year, was our second one. And this is my second craft fair as the director. Things went really well last year. The first year we didn't know what we were doing.
Well, you're making mistakes.
Went well.
Right, it still went well. Right.
So we're hoping to do even better this year.
Right.
We have some old crafters who are coming back to us. We have Debbie Hendrickson, who does all things painted. We have Marion Tisdale, who is a longtime Abington resident who does lots of crocheting and stuff. She's been very, very generous with us. Good. Bobby Autry, who is a painter. She does stained glass and a lot of different things. She is at the Rockland Artist Building. I understand she has a beautiful studio there. Sure. And this is her second time with us. We also have returning the South Shore Wood Turners. They're always a big draw.
I remember you mentioned them last year.
Yes, they actually last year they let me use the lathe.
Oh, cool.
So they're really cool.
Right, yeah.
We also have some new people with us this year. We have Wendy's Pops, and this is really fascinating. They're chocolate lollipops, and she can scan pictures onto edible paper and put the picture right on the lollipop. So it will be a nice little souvenir. Sure. We're hoping that will do really well. And somebody you probably know, it seems I'm not a lifelong Abington person, but Jerry Cochran. He's going to be with us for the first time this year with his live plants.
Oh, great.
So that's going to be great. There are lots of other people, but those are just a few. We will have luncheon again this year with our kitchen divas.
Great term.
Anna and Diane, they do a great job. Yeah. We'll be having meatball subs, hot dogs and chips, homemade corn chowder, hot cider, water, etc. And it's always a big hit. Sure. We'll also be having lots of raffles, and this year we decided that we would do baskets. I was surprised. I sort of thought baskets might be an added thing to the rest of the raffles. Turns out we have about 30 different baskets, and we have lots of people who donated things to us, a lot of gift certificates.
Perfect.
It's amazing how generous people are here. I'd like to just give a few of them a plug. Well, first of all, we have Allen Graphics right on Route 18.
I've seen the sign. I think.
Yeah. He was very generous with our signs. You might have seen our signs.
Many like a political sign. Right.
Yeah. He made our signs for us, and he was very generous, gave us a great discount. Good. It was really wonderful. Some of the other people who've given us things, Sione's gave us a gift certificate. Sunoco on the corner of 18 and 139 gave us oil changes.
Perfect.
We have Cream, the ice cream stand down here.
Oh, yes.
Venus Pizza. I lost my place. That's Lego's right. Restaurant. This one is sort of new, and I'm glad she did this. Nails by Maggie. She's my manicurist.
Okay, well, she does a good job.
Yeah. Patty Joe's, Main Street Restaurant and the Abington Lions. I'm sure there are more that I
Oh,
forgot to
right.
write down. But to everybody who gave us something, thank you so much. We're really appreciative. I think I mentioned this to you last year. The craft fair is our way of making money for the seniors of Abington. And it's sponsored by the Friends of the Abington Seniors, Inc. It's a group of people who volunteer, and we do all kinds of things to raise money for the senior center.
And what do you use that money for? Trips? Or,
Trips, programs, excuse me. We subsidize things like Tai Chi and chair yoga,
right.
et
And you have the
cetera.
computer classes I saw in
Yes,
action.
we have computer classes.
Right.
I need a drink of
Take your
water.
time. No, relax. You've been doing all the talking. It's unusual. Anyone that knows I usually do most of the talking.
I have a big mouth.
No, I can match you, believe me. But it's great that we're giving recognition to these people, because these people, they're not in it for the recognition. They're in it to help the seniors of Abington. So I'm glad we are able to give them the plug.
Yes.
And it's important because, they're giving back to the community in this way.
Yes. And so we're expecting to have a big crowd. We're hoping a lot of people will come.
It's indoors,
Year,
or-
it's indoors.
Okay.
Last year, we did really well, and we were supposed to end at 3 o'clock. At 2 o'clock, the weather went wacky.
Right. I remember. That's why I
And
asked.
We
yeah.
had to get out really fast,
Sure.
But I'm hoping we won't have that this year. There were other things that I think you wanted to
Yes.
ask
What
me about.
what else is going on at the senior center that a lot of people may not be aware of?
Well, you just mentioned computer classes.
Yes.
They're computer classes that they're like 2 or 3 times a week. And there seems to be an awful lot of people who come for that. We have bingo on Mondays. There's a bridge group. I can't remember everything.
there's so many,
I
right.
have,
You write
I
some
have
of
my
them down?
little cheat sheet
Good.
here. Well, I said we have bridge, we have Tai Chi, chair yoga, Zumba, cribbage is a big
I'm a cribbage player.
cribbage group. There are an awful lot of people who come.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Men and women, and they're there several times a week. I mentioned yoga. Now, we have knitting classes, knitting crochet classes and the person who does it is Rosemary Burns. She's a member of my group. We're the Gifted Hands.
What's the name of your group?
The Gifted Hands.
Gifted Hands, okay.
And we meet there on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And it's just a group who got together because they love to knit and crochet. And it blossomed into what we call a boutique.
Okay.
People come in and buy our things. They're all handmade. And
Are these some of the items?
these are some of the items. And
Let's see some of them.
okay, this is a little baby sweater. It's one of the ones that mothers really like because it zips up the back.
Oh, yes.
So, and the little teddy bear, it's really pretty. This one was made by Chris. We have Clara, who loves to make these hats. She makes all kinds of hats. This one happens to be a Native American girl with a feather and a hat.
Right.
She also likes to make Stegosaurus hats
I don't
and
know
all
what that
those
is.
dinosaur
Oh, okay.
dinosaur heads. Okay. This is another hat. It has trains on it.
Trains, right.
This, of course, you can tell this is a Santa hat. This was made by Marty. This one
That's a nice piece. Yeah.
is a little sailor suit. That was made by me.
Excellent. That's really nice.
And as I was telling you, we have Rosemary, who is an expert teacher. And to prove that, I just started knitting about a year ago, and I could make that.
Right.
So she's a
That's
really
great
good.
progress. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'd like to give information about that. Rosemary has classes on Mondays. They're from 9 to 11, and each class is $5, and her telephone number is 781-878-0457, and she'd be happy to have you. Anything else?
Yes, I'm trying to think. Is there a cost to get into the crafts fair?
$1.
$1 to get in. Reasonable price for a donation,
Yeah.
no doubt about it. And it just, if I wouldn't mind, some of these, you look at it, like that sailor outfit that you made is tremendous, and I think it's, what, $15? I mean, you're not going to buy something like that at the stores for $15.
Well, you know, the secret to selling things is to price them so that you can sell them.
Right.
If you try to put the actual price on something, you'd never sell it. So
Right. Why do it? Right. There's an effort in futility, sure.
So we try and make sure that all our prices are reasonable, and we have a variety of things. Everybody does what they want to do.
Great.
We
You
don't-
said like the stained glass and the wood lathing,
Yeah.
and there's so many different crafts available that people can see. And will there be any demonstrations?
Well, the wood turners will certainly.
that's
be
a show and
doing
a half.
theirs. That's
Right.
yeah.
That's worth the price of admission.
I
$1 is
know.
well worth that price. Now, you're going to have some food and whatnot there, and I assume that's the cost. You have to pay for hot dogs and burgers.
Yes.
And I'm sure they're reasonably priced. and-
The corn chowder and the meatball sub are $2 each.
Sure.
Everything else is $1.
Right. Again, you're not breaking the bank by
No.
coming here, I'll tell you that. And all the proceeds, the profits will go to help the senior center, the people who are members there and active there, and to go on trips and
Yes.
supplement different funds and costs. So it's well worth the while. Please tell us the date and times again.
It's Saturday, October 27th, from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock
At the senior center?
at the Senior Center, 441 Summer Street. And the telephone number, I did this last time, 781-982-2145.
And it's David Klein and Suzanne Justberg. They still running the show down
David isn't
David's
there
not
any
there?
longer.
Okay.
Suzanne.
there? Okay. And she runs a good show down there. I went down a couple of times, and it's great to
Yeah.
see so many people. You can't even get in the parking lot some mornings.
Oh, I know.
That's a big lot.
All kinds of things go on there. We now have, I don't know if you know, Old Kids on the Block. It's
No.
it's a singing group,
Right.
and they do concerts.
Oh, that's
I mean,
great.
they have, well, it's like a band, you know,
Nice.
and they come in. I think they're now going to be coming in every other month. But anything can be going on
Right.
there.
Some of
Just
the
a
summer
couple of
concerts were
weeks-
there.
Yeah, just a couple of weeks ago, there was a benefit for the Whitman family.
Oh, yes. Tara
um,
Whitman, I think, yeah.
Yeah, and, you know, weddings.
Oh, sure. The function hall, it has many
know,
functions.
anything
Right.
can go
There's
on
a
there.
kitchen in there, and
Yes.
they have a microphone system and the speaker
Mm-hmm.
system. Because I remember we saw a cappella group that was phenomenal. They
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
put on a show and a half.
Yeah.
I want to say
All
not
kinds of
show, but it
things.
wasn't. It was but an a cappella group that was really well worth watching.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of
Yeah.
it, but yeah. No, all kinds of things happen there.
Exactly.
And it's just a really nice place to go. You meet all kinds of people, and you know, especially now that we have the computer classes going on. You're right. Sometimes you can't get in the parking lot,
Right.
and that's a giant parking lot.
Exactly.
You know, but it just makes it kind of exciting, and people do what they really want to do.
Right, what they come to us.
Their lunches twice a week. On Tuesdays, it's a homemade lunch by the Kitchen Divas,
Right.
and that's 4 o'clock. It's by reservation. You have to call in and say, you know,
You're
that
gonna
you
be
wanna
there and how
go-
many-
Yes.
yes.
And then on Thursdays, it's the lunch provided by the school department. But again, it's a good lunch.
Sure.
And that's $3, and it's also by reservation.
Reservation, yeah.
It's not really reservation.
No, but they
have
want
to
an
know,
idea,
so-
right? They don't want to make 10
Yeah.
sandwiches and have 50 show up.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
That's important. So again, October 27th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Abington Senior Center on Summer Street. It's opposite, close to the railway station. the commuter rail station and the sewer department. It's $1 admission, so please make the effort to go by, and you're going to see some interesting crafts. Some of these pieces are beautiful, and you'll see many other crafts people there, and the woodworkers and the stained glass window. So please make every effort to attend and support the Abington seniors. They've been supporting us for many, many, many years. Darlene, thank you very, very much for
Thank
coming
you.
on. I
Thank
appreciate
you
it. It's
for
always a
having
pleasure
me.
to have you on. We'll have to get you on again sooner.
Oh, okay.
Maybe some other event we'll have to plug you in for.
Anytime.
While we're here, I just have two quick notices to make. Abington's Barrett's Ale House, the haunted house, is in operation right now. I don't know if it ends October 31st or not, but there's one more week or so. And please, if you can, make an effort to attend that, because they are funding a significant portion of the cost goes to different charitable causes. Abington Youth Football and Whitman groups and all and around the region. So please consider going there. They staff it with professionals, but also from members of the group that they're funding. Because I remember when my boys were in the youth football, we went down and there were like 20 of us and dressed up in the scary costumes, etc., and ran amok in the parking lot. So again, please hit Barrett's Ale House, the haunted house. It goes for great causes. We also I want to plug a night for Mark Chirokis. For those of you who don't know, Mark is home. He was home sooner than we thought, in a good way, and he's recuperating. And it's Saturday, November 17th at 7 p.m., and it's going to be at the Rockland Holiday Inn, 929 Hingham Street in Rockland. It's going to be buffet, dinner, and dancing with raffles and auctions, and it's $50 a ticket. So I know it's a little costly, but it'd be well worth it. The food will be there, the raffles will be great, and Mark could use the help. So please keep that date in mind. We'll be hearing more about it. You can get tickets, I know, at Old Town Real Estate, and I'm sure other venues. So I can give us a call. My home number is 781-792-1957. Christy Coombs is involved in selling tickets. So please keep that in mind. Again, Darlene, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
And that's it for this show. Thanks for Edmund and Robert Toomey for helping us out videotaping this and producing it, and Justin Shanahan as always. If you want to see this again, you can go on the computer, abingtoncam.org, abingtoncam.org, and you can tell your friends about it and say, look, I saw this Darlene Lewis about this craft fair. You got to look it up. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.